welcome to SportsCentre. You know Lindsay Hamilton. I'm Kara Wagland, and it was the final night of the regular season in the National Hockey League playoffs just around the corner now. We had a great matchup for the final night with the Capitals and Penguins in action. Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, they can always still put on a show.
Absolutely.
But it's interesting with Ovechkin finally breaking Gretzky's record and considering he's 39 years old. Some people assuming that he's going to retire.
I mean, put that in the back because, yes, Ovi does turn 40 in September.
Yep.
He is closing out his 20th season in the NHL. But if you thought he was hanging up his skates anytime soon, think again. And, of course, the Leafs and Senators, the only all-Canadian matchup in the playoffs. 5 of 7 Canadian teams vying for Lord Stanley. You also got the Jets, the Oilers, and the Habs. Montreal, of course, the last team to clinch a playoff spot. Then you have the Jets, who did it way last month, and they have a lot of pressure on them as the President's Trophy winners.
A lot of pressure. We're guaranteed with the Battle of Ontario to have at least one Canadian team make it through to the second round. But when you look at the Jets, it's tough to make an argument against them, making it all the way through and getting to the Cup final. We're going to make our picks a little later in the show. But when you consider Connor Hellebuyck's play in the postseason, the President's Trophy curse, with more, here's JD.
Regular seasons in the tank.
Yeah.
Now the pressure picks up. 16 teams vying for one Stanley Cup. And you could talk about the pressure on certain franchises as a whole, but there's also the weight of expectation on specific players.
Yeah.
The one player I'm looking to with pressure, Connor Hellebuyck, trying to backstop the Jets to a Stanley Cup.
I mean, you said it. There's players and teams that do really well in the regular season, and it's a whole different ballgame come the postseason. You want to look at a team that really needs to perform. I think we all know where we're going there. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they haven't had that postseason success. They need to find it this year in the playoffs. With more, here's Mark Rowe.
If there's one thing Canadians know by now about Canadian men's soccer coach Jesse Marsh, it's that he doesn't hide his emotions. That's true whether passionately speaking up for Canada politically or standing up for his players on the pitch. On display last month during Canada's CONCACAF Nations League match against USA. And Thursday made aware that CONCACAF has laid down further sanctions for his actions.
Welcome back to the show. You know, they love to put us on the spot here. And heading into the Stanley Cup playoffs, they thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to make Kara and Lindsay make some conference final picks and some Stanley Cup final picks?
I think this is fun. I
hate this.
I love it.
I'm going to start with my picks.
Okay.
I mean, so we only had to give the conference final and the Cup picks.
Yeah.
I mean, I took the Jets over the Blues in the first round, which I already don't feel great about.
You're already backing out
about any of my picks.
Okay.
Okay, so in the East final, I have the Panthers and Capitals.
Interesting.
I feel pretty solid about that.
Okay.
In the West final, I have the Jets and Kings.
Yeah, I like it.
A little iffy about that. I got a really good feeling about the Kings in these Stanley Cup playoffs.
In your cup.
So I have the Panthers and Kings going head-to-head in the final. I don't love the Panthers as repeat champs.
Oh, my gosh. You've committed.
But
Commit. Okay.
I think I just waffled on every single pick I made.
For everyone watching, too, Wags was giving it to me like, you can't walk the fence here. You got to really commit to your picks. And look who's walking the fence.
I'm being honest. I don't feel good about any of them.
Okay, well, you've committed. You've committed. So let's
see
switch to my picks. All right, so I also like Caps and Panthers in the East final.
Okay.
I think there's a really great matchup there. Then the West final, I'm going with the Jets and Golden Knights. Stanley Cup final, it's going to be the Jets and the Panthers. I mean, you obviously have the defending Stanley Cup champions, Panthers. I have the Winnipeg Jets to win it all. Yes, they're going to be the first Canadian team to bring a cup to this country north of the border for the first time since 1993. You heard it here first, folks. People weren't putting enough respect on the Winnipeg Jets names. I think they win it all.
You think Connor Hellebuyck's going to be a postseason goalie?
Yes, I do. He's going to stand tall with plenty more. Let's go to James Duffy. All right. It's a big day, Wags.
Is it?
It is our regular season standings finale.
Okay.
You and I, to no one's surprise, finished in the basement.
Yep.
Congratulations to one Glenn Sheeler. We're very happy for you.
What does Glenn win? Slow clap?
A slow clap.
Congratulations,
An extremely slow clap. I will say, I ended with a hit, so maybe that's going to carry over into the playoffs, which, yes, everyone at home wondering, we do get a clean slate. So
yeah,
we're back and we're in business, baby.
We got word that we are, in fact, going to be making picks for the playoffs. We're so excited about it. But we're starting with a clean slate, so we're going to wipe this clear, and we're going to get to some picks moving forward for our anytime goal picks. And now for the best. We saw this not that long ago where a hockey player brought their cell phone on the ice.
I don't understand this.
Where does tweet us? Where are you supposed to put your phone?
Why are you bringing your phone onto the ice? If there's one thing I learned from the Masters, some sporting events, you don't need your phone. You can go without it. The refs, balls to face. All right, Stanley Cup playoffs begin Saturday. You pumped? You ready?
So excited. Let's go. Let's start it right now.
Yeah.